and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you with the April A Love from Lizi card kit. So we're going to create our cards using this kit. I left this overnight. I did the unboxing yesterday and I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it out because it is just pure goodness, and I know that I definitely want to have a play with these. So first thing I'm going to do is just move everything out of the way. Okay, and I want to play with these shimmers. Well, they're like Nouveau drops, and I want to play with them first because I mean, look at the colours. They're just absolutely gorgeous and they're just so pretty. Right, okay, that does not work. Right, let me just get you straight. There we go. I have some herbal tea, so to keep me warm today in the studio because it was miserable out there. I do have my heating on, so it's lovely and toasty. Right, so what I'm wanting to do is I want to go and grab some watercolour cardstock, some water and a paintbrush. So I'll go and grab those a few things and I'll be back. Right, okay, so that's done. We have everything we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a sheet of the cardstock. I'm going to have a play. Now, in the unboxing video that Lizi did on her YouTube channel, she did say that these could be used like watercolours. They are also child proof as well. Come on, there we go. So I'm only going to put a little bit of each colour on because we are going to use them as a watercolour. Do you know what I'm thinking though? Do I have my wipes? Cleaning that. Sorry. I'm going to clean the tops of these as I use them, so that they don't block up. Because yeah, I don't want them to sort of end up being where we can't use them. Okay, give them a really good shake. So I'm going to put all of these out onto my desk and then I'll be back. Okay, that is done. Now one thing I will say about them, I love the colours, I love the consistency. The bottles, however, not so much. It is a really good idea to have them so they've got the kid-friendly cap on. However, if you're like me and have problems with your hands, you may need to find help with getting these open. So that's just a little sort of, yeah, just what I found, because it's just really hurt my hand trying to open it. So I think because you've got to really push it. I can't open medicine bottles anyway. I always have to get my husband to do it, but you've got to sort of, yeah, that hand just does. There we go. You've got to really push it down to get it open. So just to be mindful of that. So if you are somebody who struggles with their hands, then yeah, that's the only thing I would say. But let's see what these are like. So I am, oh, well, this paintbrush has still got colour in it. So who's had this brush? Probably me. Okay, I now share this room with my beautiful daughter Lucy. So yeah, it is so nice. Right, just soaking my water on my water. Oh my goodness, Dawn. Just soaking my watercolour cardstock. Now I'm doing both sides and you're probably thinking, why are you doing that? The reason why I'm doing it is because it prevents your paper from curling up as you work with it. So there you go. I can't remember where I got that tip from actually. So yeah, just by, I mean, you don't have to soak it like I have. Just a spray of water works perfectly, but you know, I'm there with this anyway. So let's have a go. First of all, I'm gonna go with the goldy colour. So, and I'm gonna do like an ombre effect on this. Oh, that is really glimmery. Okay, so I'm going to start off in one corner and we're going to do all of the colours yeah, we'll do all of the colours, and then we're going to go with pink. And so pink is going to go next, and just try and get a nice little blend. So we're doing essentially what we're doing is we're making our own paper. So just work that in. There we go. Next colour I'm going to go with is the purple. I'm thinking maybe I should have had these apart. May need a bit more water. So they're not very pigmented, but that's fine. So it's just going to give you a nice pastel colouring in, but the shimmer on them is beautiful. Okay, then yeah, then I'm going to come in with the blue. So let's pop that on. So you can sort of see this ombre starting to take shape. Okay. And then the last colour we're going to come in with is our green. So you saw there, if you're going to go on with it neat, you will get a more like a stronger colour. If you're going to water it down like what I have done, then you're going to get like more of a diluted but shimmery colour, if that makes sense. So I have got my heat tool. I am going to dry this off, and when it's dry I'll be back. Okay, I'm loving that. It's absolutely gorgeous. But what I want to do now is I actually want to go in with this without water and do exactly the same. Now this is please bear with me as we open them. But yeah, we're going to go in with these without any water at all, and see the difference between water and no water. Now I will need to take a little bit of water just to help those colours blend together nicely. I'm thinking actually what I should have done was probably had all my colours laid out. So let's do that. And then it was pink, wasn't it? So pink, I think might need a little bit more. Okay. And if whatever we've got left, I can always do a mop-up page. Oh, it's really coming down today. The weather is absolutely awful. So yeah, I went to a knitting group this morning that I go to, and I really enjoy going to. And we were going to take Lady with us, but yeah, it just hasn't stopped raining, so I think April showers have definitely arrived. Okay, I've just realised I haven't been wiping off the lids. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, so you might be able, I'm not sure because I don't know what my camera sort of picks up, you know, because obviously we're in a new place now, so I'm not 100% sure what you'll hear and what you won't hear. Right, put that back on there. Okay, so now I'm going to take the pink, and like I say, I will need a little bit of water just to help this go a little bit further, and just to blend together as well. So, because we want all of that nicely sort of blended in. Oh, as well as we want to try and get really good coverage on the paper. So just a little bit of water will help us with that. And then we'll go with the purple. So a bit more. Okay. So you can see, just trying to get that sort of ombre effect and just mixing the colours as we go. Okay, I don't think I've got enough here to do the full page. And then blue. Okay, so let's do the blue. But that's fine because we're going to actually die cut it. As I thought we could make some tags. with it. Right, a bit of water on there just to make that little bit go just a little bit further. There we go. Right, and then our last colour. So let's try, actually I think we will. We'll just have more green on this than, yeah, than any of the colour, but that's fine. Oh, we do not mind. Okay. Aren't they just beautiful? So you can sort of see that you don't have to just use them as drops. You can use them to make your own backgrounds, and depending on the strength of colour, yeah, it will depend on how much water you add to them. So I'm really, really pleased with them. So I'm going to put these away because I can't see me using them again in the video. Let's just... but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to dry this off, clear up my desk, and then what I'm going to do, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do because I'll do it off camera, so we can hopefully try and keep this yeah, not as long. But I'm just going to take the 2 tags and I'm just going to cut as many tags out of these as I can, along with the heart and the little butterfly. Oh, I've dropped one on the floor, because these ones will make patterns within the tags or card base or wherever it is that you're doing, which is not what I'm wanting to do. I might add some patterns on later on in the video. I'll see how I feel. I dropped a flower on the floor, but I am literally going to dry this off and then cut as many tags out of this as I can, along with the butterflies and the heart. So yeah, we're looking at probably 1, 2, 3, probably 4 of each, out of each paper that I've done. So yeah, so I'll be back when this is all being cut out. So yeah, see you in a minute. Right, okay, I'm back. Now I have done all of that, and I have to say these tags and bits and pieces look absolutely gorgeous. So you can sort of see the difference in them. Now these ones are not showing up very well on camera, but in real life, honestly guys, they are stunning. So I did get 4 of everything, like I thought I would. So these are the paler ones, and then we've got the really, really bright ones here. I mean, they're just absolutely stunning. And then I did get, again, 4 of the little ones in the pale, if I can pick it up. So there they are. And then I also got 4 of the brighter ones as well in the small. And then again, 4 of each of the hearts and 4 each of the butterflies, and they just look absolutely gorgeous. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. Now I've got a card base out, but I didn't know whether or not we could make sort of mini embellishments out of them and then add them onto cards or what. But when I was looking through the kit, there's no sort of like because I do, well, you guys know I like to use just the kit when I'm working with these. However, I mean, the thing is though, we have the papers, and the papers have got a lot in. So if you like to fussy cut, which most of you know I do, we can fussy cut some bits. And I did get 2 lots of all the papers as well. Where's the umbrella page? There it is. Am I brave enough to do that today? Because I think that would be nice. Because what I'm thinking is we could make, I'm not going to use them all today, but I'm thinking let's use 1 of each. So I'm going to use the green, and let's make little embellishments out of them first, to embellish a card so they can be the main focus. And then scissors, yeah, they're behind me. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to work out what I want on them. Now I quite like this purple flower on here, so that's the one we're going to go for. But it might seem like a waste, but you know. So I'm just going to cut around that roughly like this, okay, and then we'll cut it out properly together. now that there's very little left. Now I'm going to leave a white border on. That's my personal preference. I do like a white border on my my ephemera pieces. So, oh, absolutely, honestly, this kit is so beautiful. I think it's going to end up being a two-parter as well. Actually, I know it is, because it always does end up being. I get so carried away with them. So I'm liking that. Now, so not to waste it, I want these bits. And what I'm going to do is we're going to cut it out like so. Okay. But when we get to this top bit, we are just going to cut off that top as if it isn't there. And the same around that leaf, because I want to keep that leaf in. So just like so. Now this isn't the best fussy cutting in the world, I have to say. I'm normally a little bit better at it than this, but I don't know. Just doesn't seem to want to go. Some days, yeah, it just doesn't want to happen. So, oh, let's do this one. Right, and then we have that, so I'm going to use that bit on there. So straight away we've just made a nice little element, which I think is lovely. We have, now we've got the sequins that's in the kit, or I have these, the free sequins that I got, and I'm quite liking the freebie ones, I think, just for these two. So I think we're going to use that. Also want to grab some of the ribbon, so let's use some of that ribbon. And I think I'm going to go with the purple. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is tie a bow. There's better ways of tying bows that, yeah, make them more perfect than the way I do them. There's lots of tutorials out there, but yeah. So there's one. I'm liking that. That way. So we can stick that on there. Now I personally, and I do say this when I do make bows, I know a lot of you love to use glue dots. For some reason, glue dots don't work for me. And even the glue dots that are in the kit, I've had them before as well, and they still don't work. I don't know if it's how I store my cards, but I find the only adhesive that keeps my bows stuck to the project. Oh, I like them. Very simple. The only bows that sort of keeps everything to the project is glue. Right, I am actually going to put ribbon through the top, so let's do that as well, and I'll stick the bow on the ribbon, but I'm going to stick the bow down once we've got the card together. Okay, so like so. Okay, and then chop that. Now grab my glue, and then I'm going to stick this down, which is our little piece of ephemera that we have created. I do like that. And like I say, I will leave the balls for now. So let's do the same with this one. So let's put this one through. And then I think I'm going to use the matte silver and sequins on these ones. Right, you in there please. There we go. Okay, and then we cut that. Right, okay, so that's them. Now I do have a card base somewhere. I did have a card base. There it is. And I want to use this umbrella one because I think I'm going to use both of them. And we're going to cut this down. So the card bases I'm using are A6 in size. So this is going to be 4 by 5 3/4. So we should have a slight border, and we do. Before I put that down, however, yeah, I'm going to go with the peel offs that's in the pack, and we are just going to go across the bottom like so, and I think we can get 2 because it's only 4 inches. Yeah, there we go. I may as well fold that bit over. Then I'm going to glue this down. Okay, so that's going to just go on our card base like so. How pretty is that? Let's move these bits of rubbish because we don't need them. Right, okay, so then we're going to have, I need to glue this down onto our tag itself, and I think this one's going to be at the front. And what I'm going to do is have the tags just like that. So let's stick them down. I'm just going to make sure there's plenty of glue where that ribbon is, just so that it keeps it in place. Okay, there's our first one, and then again making sure there's plenty of glue where our ribbon is, and then that one's just going to sit on there. Oh, how lovely is this? That just looks beautiful. And then I'm going to put a nice big generous dollop of glue where I want my bows to be. I'm going to sit the bigger one on the front, and then a little one behind, and they're just going to stay like that. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. That is absolutely gorgeous. I was going to put a sentiment on, but I don't think I want to, and I don't think I want the sequins on either. I think if anything, the only thing I'm thinking is maybe a couple of the butterflies, and that's it really. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it. So that is our first card done, and how cute is that? Oh, that is so cute. I really like it. I really like it. So there you have it, guys. That is my first card. So I'm going to get tidied up, and then we will start our second card. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, for card number 2, I want to use this bit of cardstock, but I also cut one of the 12 by 12s up, so the one with the geometric on the back. I cut all the bits and pieces up, and I want to use this bit, but I'm going to use it this way instead. So I do need to cut that down. So I'm going to cut that down to 5 7/8 so that it gives a nice back to it, because I'm not going to use that for anything else. And then I'm going to go through the cut aparts and have a look to see. Oh, I like that one. You make me happy. Oh, I like that floral one. Actually, that spring, even the springtime would look really. Actually, let's go with the springtime. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to take this flower. So let's cut this out. Right, we're not going to leave a white border on this one, so because it's very forgiving when you don't want to leave a white border. So if you make mistakes, you can't normally tell. And then I want to take this big one as well to go on it. So we're just utilising this paper, and again no white edge to it. And I mean, don't get rid of this, because I mean, we can die cut if you decide that you don't want to use any of the other bits. You can die cut them, so it's all good. Right, so what I'd like to do first of all is I want to put some of this on. So I'm going to take this piece here, and we are literally just going to cut around it like so. Now I have cut it a little bit bigger than what I want, and there is a reason why when we do it. Come on. Right, okay. So now I've cut it bigger because it frays very easily. So if it starts fraying, then it's fine, because we've allowed for that just while we're getting it onto our card. Now I'm going to have it so that it's bored inwards. Now what we're going to do to stick it down is we did get a sheet of double-sided tape. So this is it, and what I want to do is I'm just going to cut a piece. Actually, we're going to cut 2 pieces, so just smaller. So we're going to take about half. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that in half. So this bit will go on there. Right, we need to just, and don't throw any of these little bits away because they can be used. So yeah, don't throw them away. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to sandwich the material between 2 slices. I was going to say bacon then. 2 slices of bacon. Yeah. Between 2 slices of this double-sided tape. So this one will probably be too big as well. Oh, actually no, that one's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. I'm going to grab this, and I'm just going to lay it on top like that. And that double-sided adhesive will hold it nice and strong. You can do this with just wide double-sided tape, but as Lizzie included this in our kit, it's another way that we can do it. And then we're going to stick that on the back, and that basically has now sandwiched that material between the paper, like between the 2 lots of paper. Then we can position this where we want it on the card, so it sits really nicely. Then we can come in and we can trim around it to the size that we want. So it's just a bit of a different way in which to use it, and it does add just some lovely texture onto the card. I can't remember how I used it before. Yeah, because we have had this in a kit before, and I remember loving using it. So I was trying to think of a different way, but I think this, oh, I know that I made a bow out of it. Oh, actually, let's make a bow again, because I'm thinking. So all I did was I grabbed, so at one end, I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, right, I've grabbed 5 strands, and then I'm just going to pull them out, like so. Okay. And then with those 5 strands, keeping them together, I literally just came in and did a bow. So no special tools, no nothing. We literally just did a bow, and then you just pull it to the size you want. Okay, trim your ends. And again, highly recommend glue for this, especially because this is a plastic. So for instant adhesion with this, I would say you could use a glue dot or a bit of double-sided tape. But for permanent adhesion, I would definitely say use yeah, use some glue. Now that's not going to stay down, so I'm going to turn it the other way, and hopefully it'll stay down the other way. Now what you can do as well is just put something heavy on top, on either side of that glue dot, just like that, until it dries. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Of course, this one is just about done. There's one thing that I'd like to do, and that's these gems that we get in the kit. I just want to add a couple on to them, onto there, and there we have card number 2. So really quick and easy. And like I said, I'm going to use these to hold that bow down so that once that glue's dry, yeah, it's not going to move anywhere. So there we go. Oh, hang on, I will be with you in 2 seconds. There we go. So that is that done. Oh, I was going to put the flowers on. Oh well, we'll use the flowers in the next bit. So they weren't wasted, it's just I did something completely different to what I was going to do. There you go, just shows you what you can do. And then we'll keep these bits because they will definitely come in handy. I mean, this stuff is perfect for when you're die cutting. I do have actually some sheets of it and I still haven't used it. So yeah, I know that I'm good to use that one. Right, okay, let me brush all these bits and pieces off, all these little bits. That's the only thing about that material, is there's lots of like little bits that come off it, but yeah, it's all good. So let me get rid of this and I'll be back. Right, okay, so for our third card, I'm going to use the navy blue cardstock. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 3/4, and I thought what we could do was is to use these little paper squares. Now I want all the colours that sort of go quite nicely with this, so let's have a look what we've got. Well, just like that, and then although we could have that there, and then we've got this one which matches that pattern paper, which can then go in that corner. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay, so let's do that. So let's pop them back in there. Okay. Now I do want to bring in some peel offs, so let's see what peel offs we got in this bundle, in the kit, and all the bundles. They would go quite nice. I don't want to sort of keep using the same stuff. No, not quite right. I'm thinking these ones are the ones to go for. Now the only question is, before I start dipping into that, let's have a look, because I do have my case here of peel offs. So what do we have in here? And there we go, we've already got one. I do need to sort this out actually, because look at that, it is completely overflowing. I need to make another one. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. So this one actually was a seconds, but that is fine. By seconds I mean if they've got any slight default on them at all, Lizi sells them in a bundle, like at a really good price. So it's worth getting them, because you only ever have a few that you can't use. So it's, yeah, it's quite nice. But what I'm going to do is I'm just wanting to add on just some detail, and I probably could actually use just little bits here, but well, there you go. But I'm just wanting to, yeah, get a little bit of detail onto this on the background. So essentially we're turning it into a nice patterned paper. So I've used the thickest width, I've used 3 of them. Then on either side of the thicker ones, I've used the middle one. And now I'm going on to the thinnest one. And we're going to use 2 of those as well. As this is a second sheet, I tend not to keep the bits from the second sheet, because sometimes most of the sticky has gone. Well, not so, yeah, maybe 1 sheet out of the 10 that you buy. So I tend just to not keep the little extras. Right, take that off, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to put this around, and it's just adding just that little extra bit of detail. Now I don't know how these are going to fare. I had a feeling that I'd have to cut them, so the ones that need cutting off, come on, just stick it on the back there. Nobody's gonna see it. Oh, that one. Oh, this isn't going to plan, is it? I feel, oh, I've just actually, it's been a few hours since the second one, and I'm struggling with where I'm filming as well in the studio. I've settled, don't get me wrong, I've settled in here, lovely, but I just don't feel like my setup is quite right yet. I think I need to sort of look at, well, I'm actually thinking of swapping ends. So where my kettle is, I'm thinking of having the camera down that end, because I'm so used to having space that side and not that side, and I'm just struggling with it. So it might be that I have a swap around and just see what it's like on that side of the room. I mean, on the plus side, I will get the natural daylight coming through, so that'll be better for my what do you call it. So I'm just checking my, the one problem I've got is, yeah, no one uses my doorbell, so I get notifications on my phone to say someone's like there's movement at the door, but it comes up on my watch, so every now and again you'll see that I stop, and it's just because I'm not in the house. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, Lucy's in the house actually, so I think we can safely say that if anyone was at the door, she would deal with it. Do you know what? I'm loving this card. I've got a feeling that might be a bit too high up, so I'm just gonna, the problem is I've got a bit of glue there, but oh, I like that. Look how those peel-offs have just brought this card to life. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some gems, and we're just going to put some gems on, just like that. I'm just going to have the 3. But yeah, really simple, quick and simple card, that one. I really, really like that. Really like it. So yeah, it just goes to show what peel-offs can do for our cards. So if I keep going quiet, it's because I keep turning behind me, because I've got the desk behind me to put my cards on, so that I can, like I say, I think I need to rework it just a little bit. I think I need to be next to the window. Yeah, or in the middle, I don't know. Oh, I don't know, we'll get there though. Right, okay, so that was card number 3. So I'm going to do 2 more cards in this video, so I've got them here. I'm going to have a look to see what's in this pile. Oh, I like that paper. Right, so I do have this paper, which I'm thinking we can definitely use. Now, the one thing I hate is tearing through something that I know I can fussy cut out. Okay, yeah, and I'm going to just tear across there. So we're just making use of the fact that we have like little bits and pieces now, and we're making up a card for that, so just so that you can see, it doesn't have to go to waste. I'm going to rip the top off that as well. Oh, look at that, I like that. And then we have these flowers, so if I move that more into the center, what I'm thinking is one flower there, we've got that flower and then that flower and a sentiment. I like it. I like it a lot. Do I want to do anything with them? I don't think so. What have we done with the glue? There it is. Right, so this, I normally store this upside down, so we don't have to wait. So let's bring my little pot back. So I'm going to have that, so there's quite a gap. Okay. But yeah, you know, if you've got bits like this, look at them, try and look at them differently and try and see if there's any other way in which you can use them. And don't be afraid to tear, and yeah, just go for it. So I'm liking that. Now with these bits, I am actually going to use the, oh, that's a flower, we're not going to use that. I'm going to use these as dimension. Okay, for these flowers, just because why not, we have them, so we may as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that because I want these up on dimension like that, and then that's going to sit there. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this. So as you can see, I mean, in theory I could have actually coloured in though, cut out, sorry, those blue flowers, so we could have used them, but yeah, they're serving another purpose. And as I know that I've got another sheet of this paper, I'm quite happy just to go for it. Right, okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to get the stamp set. So here it is. Actually, oh, we've got, no, oh, actually, that looks quite nice there, doesn't it? Oh, do you know what? I know it's hiding that flower, but, oh, and oh, looking in the camera makes me like it even more. So I'm not going to use the stamp set. We're just going to do this. Honestly, you'd think I'd have a plan when I come on and start recording with these kits, but no. And then just because these are absolutely gorgeous, we definitely need some on. So we're going to pop some on, and this time we're going to go with 5. Because why not? Oh, isn't that just beautiful? Again, absolutely gorgeous, quick, simple, and yeah, just using bits that we had left over. So our final card for this video, so let's see what we've got in the pile, because like I said, I did cut some of these off. Now I love this, but what I also like the idea of, I like the idea of having it just like that on the card, because I think that would be lovely. Right, I'm going to put these just on my little dish, so when I start my next video, it'll probably be tomorrow now that I do the next one, because it's getting quite late, but I'm liking that. So I think we'll use the stamp set tomorrow. Now I'm wondering whether or not to have, no, right, okay, so I don't want any of them. I am loving that, however, and do you know what I think that would be really, really nice paired up with is the gorgeous, these two papers, basically. So, let me get my trimmer, and the first piece that I'm going to cut down is, I'm going to cut this to 4 by 5 3/4. Okay. So there's that one, and then I'm going to get the specialty cardstock, and I'm going to cut this to 3 3/4, okay, by 5 1/2, okay, like so. Let's get rid of that, okay, and then this is going to go on there, so I am just going to stick this on. Now I'm doing it, I was just thought I should have rounded the corners, because I think that would have looked lovely, but never mind. So if you want to, then yeah, you can round the corners, because I think rounding the corners will look lovely. Okay, and then stick that on. And then we've got these two, which are just going to go like that. However, they take up quite a lot of room, so I think I'm going to keep that for another day. Oh, see how pretty is that? Oh my goodness, that is so gorgeous. But we are going to mat it onto this pink. So this measures just a tiny bit over 3 by 4. So I'm going to cut this down to 3. So it's 3 by 4. So this piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then that is my mat. And then what I think I'm going to do is, so do bear with me because my chomper was actually holding my light up. Right, there we go. You want the little side, that side. And then we'll round the corners of this one, because I just think it'll look really, really nice. Good man. Right, so there's that bit, and then let's do the same with this one, because obviously we don't want these to be pointy. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this down. Journaling cards and cut aparts really are amazing for instant ephemera. I absolutely love them. I mean, look at that, instantly gorgeous. So let's glue that down, and then I'm going to grab some of the pink ribbon, and I'm going to tie a little bow. Let's pop that there. Okay, so let's do a bow with the pink ribbon like so. Right, just want a little one. Okay, and then that's just going to sit at the bottom of, oh no, just at the top of our watering can. Now I'm going to use my wet adhesive. As I say quite regularly, I prefer my wet adhesive. Oh, I haven't got a little pot. Would you believe it? I'm using all of my little pots. Right, this one, the one that I normally use, has my chalk in. I've been playing with chalks, so let's pop you up there. Now, before we do anything though, let's get rid of all of that chalk out of there. This little dish actually came from my mum's. She was getting rid of loads of stuff, and she just had these little dishes. I've got some like clear glass ones as well that were desserts, and they've got like little plastic lids on, and she gave me them. And you know what? Oh, I don't know what I did without them before. I use them in absolutely everything. They are perfect. This one is always, I know it's not the nicest of colours, but I don't care, I love it. But yeah, this one is always on my desk, ready and waiting for me to pop in some ephemera. There we go, nice and clean. So all clean now. Well, I say it's all clean, still got big chunks of glue all over it, but it's clean for the sequins to go in. But yeah, it's literally just a little ceramic dish. But you can pick them up from like, if you ever see one in a charity shop, honestly, I really do recommend one. And just have it empty where you work. Oh, I love it. I don't know what I'd do without it. So I want these gorgeous pink ones. Yeah. So like this. I don't want to put too big of a one on, just because I don't think this time it would sort of go, although I feel like it will. Oh, that looks nice. Right, I need one more. We can't have it, look at that. I would pick one up, wouldn't it, with a blue centre. Oh, the ring's going off again. but yeah, like I said, I think Lucy would get it. Yeah, I like that. How pretty is that? So yeah, maybe the big ones do work and look nice. But at the minute, our ring doorbell, I know you can change the settings on it, but hubby doesn't want the settings changing because we park quite far away from our house. It's just the way it works. So if anyone goes near our car, our doorbell picks it up. So he doesn't want to change the distance thing, whereas I do. Because I'm constantly getting, every time a car goes past, I get a notification, so it can be a bit frustrating. Oh, here's little Lucy, just in time for me to finish. Anyway, those are, let me grab, hello little lady. So it looks as though a lady has been for a walk, so I will quickly show you these cards, and then I'm going to give my little pooch a big smooch. So, I know, that was really cheesy, wasn't it?
Sorry.
Lucy just started giggling away. Oh dear. Anyway, I will be back with part 2, probably in a couple of days. I know that I won't be filming it today, I'll be filming it tomorrow. But yeah, so you guys will get to see the next part tomorrow as well, hopefully, or within the next few days. It just depends on how long it takes me to edit. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching me make these cards, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.